You're watching the Sports Political Channel of LB. You're not subscribed to this channel, make sure to subscribe button, hit the like button. Share these videos on your social media platforms. As I said, good morning to Nathan and everyone who is watching this video. And we're going to get down to business here. We're going to talk about the New Orleans shooting guard Devonte Graham. Devonte Graham did start his career with the Charlotte Hornets. And this guy has been arrested for DWI. I'm like, come on, man. Come on, man. We get we get the bag and now we out here doing dumb shit. GG chillin' 702. What's up with you, my sister? For real. Come on, man. A DWI, driving while intoxicated. All these Uber drivers out here, Lyft drivers, you name it. You can't call a Lyft driver or Uber driver to take you home. You had to get behind the wheel. And you get busted by the cops for a DWI. What the fuck, man? And you know this the third incident. Well, that's not the third incident. I take that back. Right? Well, yeah, this is the third incident involving a current or former Charlotte Hornets player. Yeah, Montrezl Harrell got busted for weed. You had Miles Bridges beating on his wife and shit. And now you got this situation with Devonte Graham. Just as this disgusting. And this might be the first time he's gotten caught, but this is not the first time he's done this shit. Might be the first time he's gotten caught, but this is not the first time Devonte Graham has done this shit, man. Come on, man. DWI, man. Come on, man. New Orleans Pelicans player was arrested on Thursday. Devonte Graham was arrested in his hometown, according to police records. The 27-year-old point guard was driving while impaired. He was arrested in Raleigh, North Carolina. According to ESPN, Graham joined the Pelicans in 2021 after 3 seasons with the Hornets. Before being drafted by the Hornets, he played college ball for the Jayhawks for 4 years. Now, he was pulled over and charged by the North Carolina State Highway Patrol around 3 a.m. He's currently in the middle of a 4-year, $47 million deal. All right. He averaged close to 13 points per year last year. His fourth in the NBA. Uh, Zion just signed the max deal. You got uh, CJ McCollum in the trade. You had Brandon Ingram in the trade a couple years ago. So this was a nice little piece, a nice little foundation that they had that could contend in the West. And now this dude out here going out here getting DUIs and DWIs and not he was driving while impaired. Same difference. Driving under the influence and driving while impaired is the same goddamn thing. But you got arrested in North Carolina, bro, which means that provided they don't cut you no slack, you're gonna have to do some jail time. You're gonna have to do some community service. Your license probably gonna get revoked now. I mean, come on, man, that's just dumb, dumb as fuck. What's up, James? Salute to you, bro. Salute to you, man. You know what I'm saying? Go subscribe to Nola Boy Sports and News, man. It's just stupid, bro. Hold on. All right, so there's a link if anybody wants to come in and give your expression about this particular incident right here, man. I mean, there's hey Michael Lewis. I think there's something going on in the water when it comes to a lot of these NBA players. They ain't just in Charlotte. Yeah, Rondo allegedly pulled out a gun on his baby mama and all that. I'm like, come on, man. I mean, just raw, unadulterated stupidity was going on, bro. What's up, man?
Yeah, baby, top of the morning.
What's up, babe? Good, let's get it. All right, what's your thoughts on this particular situation right here?
I'm saying though, Willie went to jail for DUI.
Yeah, he got arrested in North Carolina on Thursday morning for driving while impaired.
See, but that's what I don't like about certain players. Season about to start back up. Get your Uber driver, get your chauffeur. You got enough money to do that. Why is you drinking like that? I mean, driving like that. So, you could have killed somebody. Saw what happened to Errol Spence. Accidents happen. I'm talking about freak accidents. Then New Orleans in a good spot right now, and I like Graham. I think he could give us some solid minutes at that point guard position by him having experience more than the other players that we got on that team. But this is unacceptable right here, bro. The season about to start. You're supposed to be setting a good example for the young players that's on the team. I don't know, bro. Now I don't know how they handle DUIs and shit like that, because it's been a minute since I heard a nigga with a case like that. But I'm glad that we ain't get caught for smoking no cracker with no prostitute or moving no pounds like Montrezl Harrell. I was scared when I seen your video. I just jumped out the shower. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what the fuck? Everybody going to jail. Like it must be a hot jail summer or something. They must like that funky motherfucker in the summer. That's when everybody be going and niggas be coming out. So I don't know, man. These niggas just gotta do better, LB. These dudes make too much money to be out there putting themselves on Front Street and going to jail for stupidity when you're supposed to be a senior citizen in your community and kids look up to you as a role model because they won't play basketball or vice versa. You know what I mean? So we got to do better, man. Montrez, Devonte Graham. The list goes on. Miles Bridges putting his hand on women. Like, what the fuck is wrong with these niggas? No
Man,
guidance,
that
bro.
shit
No
crazy, bro.
guidance.
So for context, right? Uh, in North Carolina, a level one DWI carries a maximum of 2 years in jail, $4,000 in fines, mandatory drug treatment, and probation.
That's automatic classes, though. We got to go to them classes. He gonna, like you said, his license gonna get revoked. You know what I mean? He have to blow in that machine. If they do let him drive, they gonna put that breathalyzer in his fucking car. Man, we won't live like that, man. My partner just try to get me to blow in this shit. I'm not putting my lips on that, man. Helping your age. Stop drinking, bitch. But see what I'm saying? And the nigga was getting that shit at random. So when they take it out, 2 weeks later, he back on that motherfucker. Like some niggas just got God on their side, but that's just being stupid. Like, dog, you can't be doing that shit, bro. When you become that type of player, bro, or that type of person, in the public's eye. You gotta watch how you move. You gotta watch what you do. Everything is being everything is being like nitpick. They're gonna put that bitch on a spotlight. They're gonna use a microscope and they're gonna dissect everything, bro. So is this a bad look for Devonte Graham? Knowing you trying to play for a contract and stay on the team as it is, because
Right.
every, it's
Teams on the
looking
come
bad.
up and he does this dumbass shit. Come on, man.
I can see if he was a solidified starter on that team, but you wasn't. So therefore, I feel like you got to do better. Then you got them young dudes on your ass. Alvarado Red ain't bullshitting. You know what I mean? And they got CJ that can do his thing. They got another dude coming behind him. They got a couple of dudes that can handle the point. They don't really need you. That's why you want to get no burn as it is. To me, you're gonna become a journeyman because people gonna look at that and use that against you.
Hey, shut your camera.
And then he gonna be like, you know what, man, this dude bring drama to the team, DUIs and all that. So all that plays a part in team signing you too. Your off the court behavior.
Right. Why you think they taking Why you think Miles Bridges offer getting taken off the table? Ain't nobody touching that motherfucker, bro. Nobody. And that shit,
Well,
that shit
Miles
crazy,
Bridges
bro.
Miles Bridges did put his hands on this woman and beat the hell out of her. I mean,
No,
it
but I'm
might be a
saying,
little
but a
bit different.
DUI just as worse. A DUI can kill somebody.
Yeah,
Miles Bridges could have controlled that shit. Once you under the
Well,
influence of alcohol, bro, you have no control of no vehicle. Period, my nigga. That's why
I was
you
gonna
got a
I
lot
was
of
gonna
people
say,
getting killed.
I
Now I feel what you're
no,
saying, though. I understand what you're saying, but I don't
I was
think
gonna say,
a,
I think
a,
this
a
is
domestic
Jamie. Her name
violence
is
is
Jamie,
worse
right?
than a DUI. Because a nigga who doing domestic violence, 9 out of 10, he got all this conscience, he got all this sense. He just won't beat on a woman. He just a woman beater. But the nigga who driving and drinking, they have no control over that. It's like a whole nother person, my nigga. You should see them out here when they drink and drive. They speed, they cut people off, they road rage.
I live in
Man, that shit is a whole
California.
different monster.
I live in California. They call something called California sober, where they mean that you can have at least a few minimal drinks as long as you're below the legal limit. That's what California sober means.
So what
If
the
you ever
limit is
heard of
anyway? What is about what?
point oh eight. Point oh eight is the limit.
0.08? What you
Yeah,
said? All right.
point zero eight is the legal limit to drink and drive.
Okay.
So basically, that's a beer or that's two shots. That's all it is. And then you're legally drunk after two shots. Well, depending on body mass, everything else like that. But, on the essence, DWI, and the only reason why I'm just saying that is only because it's just because there's a lot of factors that are going into this. I mean, a DWI, it might look bad on the outside, but, that's a violation. That's a traffic violation out here in California. Out here in California, a DWI is nothing but an infraction. That's a traffic violation.
Yeah, not
I
down
don't
here
know.
in the south. You going to jail, buddy, and your license getting took from strip like a stripper on the pole. They they
See, they
they
be
rape
doing
you at everything.
California. We're a little bit different out here. We treat DUIs and DWIs. They just put you in a little cold cell, for like 12 hours, and then they release
They
you
do
on
that down here.
OR.
They do that down here till you go in front of that judge. And then that judge
Oh,
might
we
give
don't
you
even see. We
leniency
don't even see.
on your
We don't
first
even
rip.
see a judge.
You know,
Hey,
on your
hey,
We don't
first
get
even.
rip,
this,
you
y'all.
always
Get this, y'all. There's some more information about this thing, right? So the North Carolina Highway State Patrol told TMZ Sports that Graham blew a .11 blood alcohol content. The legal limit is .08, as Mr. Smoot alluded to in the chat.
yeah.
After he'd
Oh,
been
so he's
pulled
gonna.
over shortly before 3 o'clock for driving 63 and a 40.
That'll get it. That'll get you stopped every time. That's
He's
under
gonna.
the influence.
So it looks like they're gonna get him a wet reckless. He's gonna get a wet reckless driving charge. That's a lesser.
So you
That's like a baby DUI. They're gonna give him a wet reckless, which is basically just a misdemeanor infraction. He's gonna
Yeah, it
pay the
is.
fine. He's gonna pay the fine. He doesn't have to do any classes. He's just gonna pay a really hefty fine, probably like $2,500 in fine.
You got to
They're
do
gonna give.
community service and take that class.
so you got
No,
reckless
no,
driving.
not
No,
not
in North
not
Carolina is
not with
hey, North
the
Carolina is a
not.
little different than California. Each state handles its laws a little different.
That's what I'm trying to tell them, dog. Down south is totally different, boy. They gon'
They're gonna
man,
take his
listen, they make
But
license.
that but
They're
that
gonna
money
put
but
that
they
little
that
make an
thing
money's
in his
example.
car.
speeds.
Hey, they're
That
gonna
money
put
in
that
that
thing in his
lawyer's gonna
car
speed.
for you to blow. You know how they put that thing in your car for you to blow in it and shit like that.
The IID is called the IID device. That's the breathalyzer.
Yeah.
Man, they're gonna make him. They're gonna make him. They're gonna make him take classes.
I
All
don't
that
think
shit.
I don't think so. I really think and I'm thinking only because I'm here in California, and we just dealt with this with Nancy Pelosi's husband, who caught a DUI, and you should run a story on that, LB. He caught a DUI in Napa Valley, leaving the winery. He left his own winery and was drunk to the gills, and hit somebody in his Porsche, and they're about to give him a wet reckless. He blew like .12 or .13. I'm like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I want to stick to Devonte Graham though. I'll talk about
but
him in another video.
With Devonte Graham, remember he's a millionaire. He's got money. He's got lawyers. Me personally, only because I live in California, I think they'll give him a wet reckless just because they know what kind of money he's willing to shell out, and he knows what kind of charge he can take. He'll take a wet reckless. That's nothing. A DUI, it might impact a little bit. He might get a lot of things that are lesser on a DUI, like he might just have to pay the fine, do some classes. He won't have to do the other kind of things. But me personally, I think it might be a wet reckless only because like I live in a state where if you got money and money's representation. You know what I mean?
Now, I agree with that. The more money you have, the easier for you to beat the case. But still, down here is different laws. That's what we're just trying to tell you. I understand how the laws is in California. DUI, bro, they take that shit real serious because so many people lose their lives from that. You know what I mean? Like, not if I could count the last 2 weeks on my hand, so many accidents from just DUI in the state of in the city of Houston is a ridiculous dog. The shit is getting out of hand. People just love to drink and drive for some reason. And when you that star caliber player, you got that kind of mantra where people is watching you like with a microscope at all times, bro. You have to be smarter than that. You know what I mean? You just have to be smarter than that. Money can't buy everything. Now, this is what I will say. It depends. I don't know if this is first time, his second time. We don't know. This could be a history with this dude. You know what I mean? It just not been. It just don't be coming out like that. But at the end of the day, now that he got the, like I say, he a piece of a playoff team. You notice when they talk about playoff teams like the Hornets, they bring that shit to the light real quick. But if it's a bullshit ass team, niggas ain't doing nothing. It's a low level class nigga. They not really talking about it. They might say something about it, but it ain't gonna be as a Miles Bridges, a caliber player like that who's a piece to a playoff team. Those type of dudes make money for the NBA, so the NBA might protect them. I don't know, but like you said, if you got money, you can beat a lot of shit. Lawyers, you could get around a lot of shit. I don't know if that. I know this my first time hearing of it. Him having a situation like this, but brother, this is bad
I
all
no,
around.
and my bad,
Yeah,
James. I
this
probably
ain't the
jumped it.
first time this dude done this shit. This might be the
No,
first
this
time
is
he's
first
gotten
time
caught.
he got
But
caught.
this ain't
This
the
is first
first time
time
this
getting
nigga
caught.
is. This ain't the first time this dude has done this shit and gotten behind the wheel, man. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man.
That's
This
what
is
I'm
not.
saying.
Is
No,
This
this the
is
same
not
Devon?
that's
Is
why I
this
smart.
the
brought
same
that up.
Devon? Is this the same Devonte Graham that went to the University of Kansas?
Yeah,
He was
Yeah,
that's
a
him.
part of the shit. Yeah, so
That's
that
him.
means now I'll be honest with you. He's been doing that shit in college. They've been doing that shit. I have a friend who was a jumper, who was a track and field athlete at Kansas State. He'll tell me, and he's out there in Manhattan, Kansas. Like, nah, really, the only thing really there is to do out there in Kansas is really like, what you just saw. Get a little bit tipsy and just you got to drive the miles just to go to the next town. You know what I mean? So,
yeah, I
I
feel
mean,
that.
if he's, you know what I mean. So if he's in North Carolina, what you guys said, I'm thinking he's out here on the West Coast because the West Coast is a little bit
No, he
easier.
from
But
his hometown is Raleigh, North Carolina. That's where he from.
oh, they
That's where
don't
he
play
was
out
at.
there.
That's where he got busted at.
They don't play out there.
That's what
Like
we
if he's
trying to
on
tell
the
you though,
West,
Smooth. That's the only reason why we was telling you that. Every state have different laws, but I know for a fact down here it could be your first time. They're gonna put that breathalyzer in your car and how serious it was. Like you said, he was doing a 63 and a 40. Man, that's 23 miles over the speed limit. The first of all, that
right?
ticket gonna be high as a motherfucker, and I know
That's
he got
reckless
money to pay
driving,
for it.
bro. You got
Yeah, that's
reckless driving
reckless.
and a DUI on your fucking record, bro.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
they gonna
No,
take away his license, bro.
that's why they're gonna
They
give
gonna
him
take that
well,
goddamn license.
well, what we would do in California, what I know, because I have one of those on my record, and thank goodness I got my car back and everything. I got one of those in 2014, and the worst thing is, I got a full DUI. It wasn't a wet reckless. So my first DUI, they only gave me $980 for a fine. I had to take 6 months worth of classes, and then I had to do the hospital in the morgue, and then that was it. That was literally the end of my stuff. I mean, I thought they took a little bit easy. You know what I mean? Like, because a lot of the billboards and everything you see, they talk about, oh, this just cost you $10,000. No, it didn't. No, it really does not. Like, and that's
Well,
why
it
I'm wondering,
depends.
like,
It depends on a myriad of factors of how you get that fine. Now,
see, with me, I was on the freeway. I told the cop, I literally pulled over. I was just telling him, like, yeah, I was speeding. I'm just trying to get home right now to my apartment. I'm just literally trying to, just get home and everything. So then they gave me the breathalyzer test. They actually let me call my parents to go pick up my car. And I said, parents, you guys got to come over here. I'm over here off of this street and this street. Come get my car. And they're like, they already knew because I was coming from a boxing event. I was coming from the Aerospin Sean Porter fight that was out here in Los Angeles. So they ended up coming, and the officers, thank goodness, they were able to let my parents come, pick up my car, and I only stayed in that little like cold tank for like 12, 14 hours. They released me like that afternoon. They literally released me, and they just gave me a little, they gave me a ticket, said that you're out of OR, you're just facing misdemeanor DUI charges. And then when I had to go in front of the courts, like literally the judge, like because it was my first time, she said, we're gonna give you $980 worth of fees. We're gonna make you do this course, and then you have to go to the hospital in the morgue. I said, Dad, let's pay for everything right the fuck now. Like I saw all the billboards and everything. Like living in California, they always talk about this just cost me 10 grand. I'm like, no, this probably just cost me probably like 2 grand. But it was my first time. It was California in a sense, so it's a little bit, you know what I mean? It's different where you guys are talking about being in the South and in the East. I don't think the laws are a little bit as lenient as they are in like California, Oregon, Washington. You know what I mean?
Yeah, y'all know this lean. Only thing I got to say about California is you can have a license, but if you got an out of state license operating a California vehicle, they could take your vehicle. And I never knew that. So I was
That's
like, God damn. But, you know,
under certain pretenses. Like if you're like a person from Canada and you have a Canadian license and you're renting a car from like Hertz, or like was it Drive Time, they will allow that because certain treaties, certain things that we do have with other countries. But California, we are dicks on certain part. We are dicks like we're really dicks when it comes to like gun possession, everything else like that. When it comes
Now,
to the
hold,
state of
hold, hold, hold.
California,
I don't want to be talking about. I don't want that thing be
no, no, no.
dominated
I
by
mean,
California.
we're
I'm trying to
we're,
stay
we're
on topic. Let's stay
yeah,
on
yeah.
topic.
but he
We're
just
very
need an
lean.
Uber driver, a chauffeur. That's all Devonte Graham needs to do from now on. If you want to drink, this goes for every athlete. You got enough money to get a chauffeur as it is, a designated driver, or get an
Why don't
Uber.
you? Yeah, why don't you just bring a friend that you already know is a DD? He don't want to really drink. You just buy him water, give him $200. You gonna make it home, and your car's gonna be there at the end of the night. No damage.
Yeah, it just comes down to being smart, right? You got this money, you got this status as an NBA player, and most importantly, you're a black man in America. You got a target on your back every day.
Thanks.
People are looking to say, people are looking just to see another black man being down in America, and it's gonna drive home a narrative and all that. So you, as an NBA player, right, got to make good decisions, man. It cannot be stressed how badly, how much you got to make good decisions, man. An Uber driver costs less than 5, 10 grand on legal fees. A condom costs less than child support. Stuff like that, right? So you got to make good decisions, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on, Devonte Graham. You got to be smarter than that, bro. You got to be smarter than that. And then we didn't even talk about the NBA aspect of it. Could the I wonder if the NBA could void his contract off of stuff like this.
I see a suspension coming
I
down the
don't think I
pipeline.
don't think so. I don't think you can because it doesn't violate personal conduct because he didn't molest or violate a woman. And then remember, he's on a legal substance, so he doesn't abuse substance abuse as well because
No,
alcohol is a
I
legal
can see a
substance.
suspension though. Maybe the Pelicans or the league could come down and hit him with a 2 game suspension. But other than that, I don't. And the fine take some money from him. But like LB say, you already have a target on your back. Why go out there and do some shit like that to jeopardize anything for the money that you making? You just got to be smarter, man. That's why I say they get the wrong people money to me. These dudes make all that money and still go out there and do dumb shit and throw it back to the white folks for whatever reason. And I feel like you could be doing something else with that money. Open up a job, businesses, anything. Buy some land and help people grow their own food. That's the type of shit I be thinking about. If I had that type of money, that's what I'd be doing instead of getting DUIs, being stupid, beating on women. You know what I mean? It just don't pay to be stupid like that, like LB say. When you know you got a target on your back being a black
That
man.
James. It's not that James. It's just that when you're already in set mind state, or when you're already when you're already there in that mindset. I mean, other people they're not really thinking of things like that. They're just trying to, like with me and my instance, I was just trying to make it home. I dropped my cousin off. I dropped him off at home. I said, all right, I'm gonna shoot off down the 91. I'm about to be home. And then all of a sudden, I got pulled over, and I just said, all right, I already see the lights. Let me just pull over here at this Burger King. Let me go. And the officers were nice to let me, call my parents and let me go let them pick up my car. But then, like, you're not thinking of that when you're in that kind of stupor. When you're in that mindset, you're not all the way there functioning. You know what I mean? And maybe
That's all the more
just
reason for you not to get behind the wheel.
Thank you. And then what you say he blew a 1.1? That's over the limit. Bottom
Yeah,
line, you know
point
you
one
had too.
one.
You
He
you know
blew a
you
point
had too
one
much
one.
to drink as it is. When see,
don't give him
by
no
us being a part of
reckless.
city down south, a lot of people close that too, but people like to drink down here. And dog, when you know your limit with like LBC, you will still get behind that fucking wheel for some reason instead of being like, you know what, man, here you drive. I let you drive tonight, bro. I had a
That's
few.
that same thing. That's the same thing that happened with Henry Ruggs for the Las Vegas Raiders. He was super DUI and had an accident with the and killed a woman and her dog. Remember the Las
Yeah,
Vegas Raiders one. So yeah, I mean, and you already know he already said he was coming from Denver, had a few drinks, was feeling good, and he forgot how fast that Corvette can go. That's the only thing he with Devonte Graham, to me personally, like, I mean, I understand drinking and driving. He didn't hit nobody like, Nancy Pelosi's husband did. He got into an accident. I'm like,
What's that noise in the
see,
background? You
I
getting
mean,
your hair blown dry or something?
no, I'm on the road right now. I gotta go over here just do a drive.
Oh,
No, I'm on the road right now. I'm on the freeway. My bad, guys. Y'all got it. My bad, I'm on the freeway.
it sound like he driving a truck or something.
yo, okay. I don't know. I'm wondering what the hell that was in the background.
At first, I thought he was working in a plant, but he's like he on the road, so that's that truck driver. You can hear that 18 wheeler something he driving.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
get that bread, man. Just don't drink and drive. That's all. The moral of this whole
Shoot,
story is, bro,
we already
you,
learned. I'm
you
be
gotta
Man,
honest,
all
you
these
gotta
Uber
slow down
drivers
that
out
bit.
here, man.
we already learned. It was a learning curve, but like I said, shoot, we got to go through the class. We got to go through everything. And I
I'm
learned
pretty
from
sure
there.
there's an Uber driver that wouldn't mind picking up Devonte Graham and taking a selfie with him and shit.
That's what I'm saying. They gonna get a good tip and everything. Now
Right.
you about to tip about 10 grand to get off this shit. And I know, like I said, he probably been doing this like y'all said, but this is first time getting caught. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I'm saying. Depending on your jacket, and if you're a repeated offender, it's gonna get worse. We
Oh
only know
yeah.
about this one.
Don't be no repeat offender, bro. You a repeat offender, bro. Hey,
Yeah, they're
that's
gonna
when it
fuck over.
really. Oh, that's when they really put the fuck to if you if you a repeat offender, bro. You ain't learned
I
your
just hope
lesson
he
yet.
learn. Yeah, I hope he learn from this. I don't wish bad luck on nobody, bro, but I just hope he learn from this.
Yeah, I hope he learned from this too, man. Because he got a bright career ahead of him, and the last thing I need to have happen is for him to go out there, get another DUI. This time he flip his vehicle, he hits somebody, kills them. Right?
He could have
It just
lost his own life doing 63 and a 40.
yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It's just that easy, bro.
He could have flipped his car and killed himself in the process of shit. Man, that's crazy, man. Speaking of Schlitz malt liquor drinkers, what's up, JMJ?
Jim be on that 40 of that eyes, baby.
No, I don't drink such small liquor.
You
Thank
lying
you.
ass.
You on
No, I
that
don't drink
211
such
of that
small
OE,
liquor. I
huh?
drink natural ice. I drink natural ice though. But I've been hearing what y'all saying about this Devonte Graham stuff, man. Man, that's crazy, man. You know, I'm telling you this, man. I hope he get through. I hope he get through with it. You know what I'm saying? I hope he get through with it, man. You might as well be walking to Kalamazoo, Michigan, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Lafayette, Louisiana, or something like that, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? Goldsboro, North Carolina, where I'm at. But I hope Devontae Graham can get through with this, man. And I've been hearing a couple of players with the domestic violence and what's it called, man? and the DUIs and all that stuff, man. It just messing me up about my NBA players, man. You got some people from North Carolina, man, and I heard some people about the Carolinas, man. So hopefully, I want to see Devonte Graham do his thing, man. He's an upper, like you say, he's an up and coming superstar. Could be an up and
Whoa,
coming
whoa, whoa,
student.
whoa, 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 whoa! He ain't no superstar. Devonte
I said
Graham,
up and coming. I said up and coming. That's
he
why I
ain't even an
said.
up and coming star.
That nigga ain't much ramen noodles. That nigga not even with the cup noodles. The chicken
Whoa!
with the carrots, green peas, and the corn in it. That nigga ain't shit.
Damn.
But
That
listen,
he
this is
ain't
what I
no.
want to ask you since we talking about this.
He's an
JMJ, you said you
NBA
in North
player.
I
Carolina.
will be
How those rules
role
is out
players,
there for
man.
DUIs? Because I know you probably had a few of them in your lifetime. You stay drunk on this bitch.
But I'm gonna tell you
I'm just
this
fucking
though.
with you.
I
That's just
don't
a joke,
drive
dog. Don't
though
take
either.
it personal.
I don't drive though
I
either,
ain't mean it
Jay.
like that. Huh?
I don't drive either. Any other
No.
time, if I were tricking and driving, and remember that what's it called on ABC and all them other joints with friends uh, from tricking and driving, friends died. Tricking and driving can kill a friendship. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I say that, man.
And so who?
Uh,
So when you under the influence, who be driving your pit bull? Bam Bam. Oh.
we got a dog named Dino, boy.
But he probably got more sense than I do. He probably be the designated driver. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. Just hopefully, Devontae Graham can get this stuff together, man. So he won't be. If that was David Stern, he'd probably have him suspended for a whole year. I don't know what Adam Silver gonna do with Devontae Graham.
That's what I was
Hopefully,
looking at, JMJ. At least a 2 game or 3 game suspension. And DUI so serious, dog. That's damn near. Besides guns, that's the next highest fucking debt. Niggas intoxicated, influenced behind that wheel, and they
Yeah.
killing. They hitting cars, killing 4 people in one car. Boy, I'm telling you, one dude, and he surviving. But how fast he going and hitting
I
that other
seen that
car,
commercial.
they
The
don't have
old
a
80s
chance of
commercial
surviving.
there, James. That's why I say that old 80s commercial. When friends start friends for drinking and driving, friends die. Drinking and driving can kill a friendship and another person. That's why I say that.
I
Oh yeah, I
forgot
remember
about
that
that
'80s
commercial.
commercial. I remember that
Yeah, I thought
shit.
when he said it again, that's why I was like, "What the fuck he talking about the first time?" But now I get it. I remember that commercial you talking about.
Yeah, man. Man, Devontae Graham, man, got to do better, bro. That's all I'm
They
saying,
don't
bro.
make commercials like that no more, knowing how hard it is.
That's
Though
right. That's right,
they,
James. I'm
they
sorry.
should
Go ahead.
make more commercials about that shit. They don't make no commercials about that.
If you
And
do
that's
see him,
fine.
it's like few far in between, man. You know, I remember the one where it tells you can learn a lot from a dummy.
Yeah,
That's right there, LB and James, man. Man, you might as well get arrested for public intoxication. Public intoxication, man. I'm telling you, man. You might as well walk. You might as well walk home and come try at least try to come back, man.
what that
So
dude was, he was in New Orleans. I think it was at a parade or something. He was
Oh, it was
drinking and
this.
driving, and this nigga hit about 10 barricades and run over all them people out there. That
Damn.
shit happens so often, bro. It's like crazy, dog. Just thinking about it. Please, if you want to drink, bro, drink in your home. Therefore, you can stomach your ass to your
that's
room and fall right in the
right.
bed. I
That's
don't like
right.
if I ain't
That's right.
going nowhere like that, and I ain't got nobody that's driving. I'm not gonna drink as hard. But if my girl with me, I know she gonna be driving with the kids. I'm gonna do it big because I'm on the passenger side. That's what I'm talking about. I ain't trying to get behind no wheel like that. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
man.
sometimes you'll slip up and you'll do it. You one day I was so drunk, nigga, I fell asleep at the light, nigga. I don't know how long I was asleep right there. Feet ain't never come off the brake because I pulled up at the red light. The bitch took so long I started to run it. But the section that I was in, that shit be hot because the jailhouse like 4 blocks down, the substation, all that down there. So I'm like, them bitches could be in a gap somewhere. So I just put my foot on the brake and I'm just chilling. Next thing you know, I got cars blowing all behind me. Get out the way, cursing me out and shit. I'm like, man, what the fuck? Dog, I just woke up and drove off like I wasn't never sleep. Bro, it's not cool, dog. Now my feet could have came off that bitch and I could have ran into that intersection and punished something. A nigga would have punished me. Bro, drinking and driving not cool, bro. Period. I don't give a damn. Ain't no right in that. All that got wrong written all over it, man. And people love to drink. You know, black people love to drink. White people get drunk out their mind. You should see the white people holler, ooh, show your tits and all that. Man, they get pissy drunk, bro. So you
Oh,
cannot
Mardi
get pissy
Gras, huh?
drunk and get behind no wheel thinking you're gonna be fucking functional enough to make it home, bro. That's like all in water don't mix.
Hey, don't it kind of remind you of Mardi Gras a little bit? You overstaying over there in Lafayette, Louisiana, but but you up in New Orleans or something like that. Sometimes you can't do that. You can't do that stuff all the time. You feel me?
Yeah, it depends on like how bad the police is and what area you in. But see, this is what I'm saying. When you drink coming from down here, because it's 24 hours, everywhere else closed at 2. Man, them people be looking for that because they know it's 24 hours. So only thing they're gonna do, your first time offenders, they're gonna sit you in the cell, you're gonna go to court, they might slap you on the wrist with a fine, court costs, all that. See that second time, well, boy, they hammering you. The first time, it depends on how high your level was. That's gonna make them put the breathalyzer in your car. I done seen niggas get the breathalyzer on their first rip because how high their alcohol level was. You know, if you supposed to be point zero point zero eight or 0.80, whatever it is, but this nigga 1.1, you got 12, niggas be at 14. I done seen some crazy ass shit. And I'm like, man, how the fuck you get that high? Niggas stumbling out the ball. Gamers get their key in the door. Gamers find their shit, sit in the car, and just sit there before they drive off. That you too intoxicated, bro. That got accident written all over it. But I
But
be
I'm,
I
I'm gonna
pray
tell you
so
this
much when
though.
I be used to do that shit. And like I say, we always had 3, 4, 5 people with us, and everybody didn't drink. So look, man, you get the keys. I'm out of it. I was smart enough to say that. They ain't make me no bitch. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to show you I can handle it while I'm intoxicated, man. Here, get me home safe. I'm on the passenger side, sleep like a motherfucker anyway. They just get me home, man.
Yeah, but I'm gonna tell you this though, Jay. Some people can handle it and with the over point zero eight can drive, but you got people that can't handle it. And what's it called, man? And what's it called? Get a DI charge and DWI charge, man. I said you might as well be walking. You might as well be walking. We go to your destination, then come back and go get your what's it called? Go get your car back. Hopefully they tow it out of here. So I understand what you're talking about there, James.
That's
I
right. This
really
not the
do.
only player in the NBA that went through that though. You know, a lot of
Yeah,
players get caught like that. More NFL players get caught having DUIs. Like I say, look what just happened to Errol Spence. This nigga got ejected from his car, and he was in
that's
a whole
right.
fast car. So drinking is not cool, man. I'm saying it's cool to a certain extent if you're in a situation where you don't have to drive to get where you're going. I
Yep,
don't
yep.
believe in going
Spence,
out to
I was
do that
about to
shit.
say Spence too, but you done beat me to it. The Aerospace situation, man. He done came back. He done came and came back. Boxed two or three matches, 4 or 5 matches, and I think he became undisputed, didn't it? Errol Spence
Yeah,
though.
but listen though, the only reason why I brought that up, because the man could have lost his life. He was way
That's
intoxicated to
right.
the Devonte Graham,
That's
and he
right.
was going way faster because he was in a more sports car. Now I don't know what kind of car Devonte Graham was in to be doing those 63 and no 40. Come on, man, that's ridiculous. You know, every mile you go over the speed limit, that bitch get higher and higher. I learned that shit the hard way. I was going 76 and a 60. Man, that ticket was down to $300.
Man, sometimes, sometimes there are James and LB, man. You gotta say, man,
I
like you
wasn't
said,
drunk though. I
take
was
it
just trying to
home.
get where I go. I was just trying to drive my cousin off at the because he was going off show, and I was trying to make it back to Houston because we was coming from Houston to Louisiana. Then we had to drop them off at the little docks where they leave from to go offshore where the helicopters be. So I'm flying through fucking New Iberia, Louisiana. So when I come over the hill, they got two of them sitting right there. Well, really one. And that boy, so I try to ease up off that bitch, but it was too late. I'm already at 76. I'm in the 60 though. So that's 16 miles over the speed limit. He know I wasn't drunk. I got my kids in the car. I was just like I told him, look, he running late. I'm just trying to get him so they don't leave him. He going offshore. He leave today. You know what I mean? We coming from Houston. And the boy just gave me a ticket. Man, I went to court, man. That ticket was like 200 and damn near 70 something dollars. That's $300, man. Ain't got money to be thrown away like that. So I know when you're intoxicated, you doing way more than that. You know what I mean? You under the influence. And that's false coverage to me because you don't really know what you're doing. But then again, you think you know what you're doing. Why would you
Hmm.
drive that fast, dog, under the influence of anything when you because you're not focused? I'm glad he didn't hurt nobody. They didn't have no accident, you know. So I'd rather him get this type of punishment than him to get a punishment for losing somebody's life like a Ruggs did. But that, like I say, that shit fresh too. That shit just happened. Henry Ruggs for the Las Vegas Raiders. Man, that shit crazy, dog. Drinking is dangerous, my people.
Yeah.
Anybody who think they can drink and handle that shit, they wrong, dog. They can't.
Yeah, yeah, you sure can't, man. Some people can handle. That's what I say. Some people can handle it, and some people can. You
No,
know what
nobody can handle it, man. You got niggas pissing on themselves when they over the level. Can't even make it to the bathroom. So how the fuck you think you gonna drive a car, GMJ? That's bullshit.
Yeah,
If the
okay.
limit say .08, bitch, that's what it is. .08. Anything over that is intoxicated. And I done seen motherfuckers. I'm talking about, like I say, I'm from a part of the city, 24 hours, bourbon all day, hand grenades, drink all night to the morning. Ain't no sleep. Zombies walking around that bitch. But you got a lot of people do it though. But they gotta make it home. They go out just to drink and play with women. So they buying women drinks, you drinking, you trying to sleep with them, you trying to get with them. Before you know it, you over the limit, don't even know it. And you speeding up and down the highway, speeding up and down the roads. You're smashing off from in front of the club, stunting in front of women. Before you know it, you done kill somebody. The bitch done fishtailed and spent out of control. And now you flipped over on your motherfucking head. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
that's
that
it.
easy, bro.
Serious, man. I'm gonna tell you this, man. I agree with what you said there, brother. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know. You can tell me some stuff. I probably can tell you some stuff because we gotta learn about life, man. Life is what you make it. But if you don't make it, the life is what you make it, man. You can be messed up around this situation, man. You make it what you make it. You make it what you make it, and that's
I'm gonna tell you this story, bro. And this is dealing with drinking and driving. My uncle, he loved motorbikes. He liked to drink too. It was like 2:30 in the morning, going on 3 in the morning. He coming from a club. He flying up this little street. It's a two-way street though, but it's by a track. It's a track and a canal. But on the other side, that's what start the neighborhood, the houses. But on this side, it ain't number woods, tracks, a train track, and a canal. So he's flying up this bitch on a motorbike. There's another dude coming off one of the side streets, coming on to that street that he owned. Both of these motherfuckers intoxicated. He popping that bitch. He stanging that hoe. The car up shot out on him and hit him on a motorbike. Now, good thing he had the helmet on, because if he had the helmet on, that motherfucker be dead, my uncle. You feel me? That's
yeah,
why
I
when
feel you.
I done seen motherfuckers drink and get on the motorbikes and try to stomp them hoes, hit a wheel and come flying clean up off that bitch. Wrap yourself around the pool in my city. All on four wheelers, nigga, like drinking and driving. Who made that shit cool? Nigga, I don't know who thought that shit was cool to do and got everybody doing it like that. Say monkey see, monkey do. If he got away with it, I'ma do it. Man, y'all better stop filing the motherfucker nigga. You gonna file nigga straight to the fucking grave. I'm
Yeah,
like
man.
JMJ. I like to drink in my house. Me, I ain't lying. If I go with my mom or go out with my girl, I know my limit. I'm gonna have me
Right.
one drink and I'm gonna eat my food and I'm gonna go home. And I won't buy that high drink in no restaurant anyway. When I can go to the liquor store and get a whole gallon for the price they charging me, I don't spend my money stupid no more. I don't give a fuck what a nigga say about me. I be having
Yeah,
three, four
that's a
bottles in
fact.
my house. That's when I do my video. You see me with my little cup. I'm in my confine. If I get drunk and I get too tipsy, I'm gonna get off that bitch and lay my ass down. I ain't got to get in no car.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Just hopefully, I'm gonna tell y'all this, James. I just hopefully Devonte Graham get himself together, man. This man, you had a Van Baker that used to drink too. Van Baker won a championship as an assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks, and
Yeah.
he done drank before too. He drank before, but you
All of
know
them was for
I
drink.
done seen
Jordan, Charles, Barkley.
I
But
forgot
let me
about
ask you a
Van
question.
Baker though.
How many DUIs they got?
I ain't seen not now. I ain't seen not now with Van
You know,
Baker.
Jordan was a drinker and he smoked cigars. Barkley was a drinker. I'm just asking one
Yeah,
simple question: how many DUIs they got in the media at that being that basketball player when people looked at them as a role model? Because you know Charles Barkley was a high respected dude coming up in the league. He used to
but
drink,
he
eat
said
mad
that
sky and stuff
commercial
and
too.
all that shit.
What's it called? James. He said that commercial. Ain't no role model. Parents are your role models. Charles
That's what
Barkley
I'm
said that.
saying.
You know.
We know Jordan and all them dudes like to drink. So what
Hmm.
made them different? Whether they was trying to sweep it under the rug, wasn't bringing it to the forefront because of the social media wasn't as big as now. That shit still would have hit the news like his gambling problem. Oh, Jordan got a gambling problem. Anything, like I say, when you that type caliber player, they own you with a microscope. They they nitpicking, so you can't get mad.
Microscope. It's one of them Sherlock Holmes magnifying glasses, man.
You know,
They
just
try
another thing. You know how many
it's still
players
on the
got caught.
microscope though.
You know how many players got caught for DUI though? I'm just saying throughout the sports world, there's a lot of them motherfuckers.
Yes.
It ain't just Devonte Graham now. I'm just saying it's so many people that got pulled over for DUIs. Go look it up. It's a crime fucking shame, bro.
Hmm. Yeah, I already know that. I already know that, James. I already know that. But
Hey, Ben Roethlisberger didn't he just hit somebody intoxicated when he
hmm
damn near killed himself when he was on that motorbike? That's what I'm saying, bro.
man,
You playing with that alcohol, you gonna meet your fucking match. I'm telling you.
hopefully that won't Bobby Fields on that chain too. Hopefully Bobby Fields and David Wesley on that trying to drive and they were drunken. They were drinking and all that stuff, man. You remember they what's it called? Bobby Fields you
Yeah,
know, rested in peace and all that, man, because you know they trying to what's it called race over that joint. Might well be David Hasselhoff. Might as well be David Hasselhoff in a Night Rider. You know what I'm saying? That's
I ain't gonna lie
crazy.
to you. People talk about gun violence like a motherfucker. But I'm telling you, that DUI done took a lot of fucking people out in this world, boy. Believe that.
It, you know, James, and I wish we had a kit that can what's it called? We could drive drunk. You could drive drunk. What's it called? Then you had Kit right there with the watch and something like that. You know what I'm saying? Remember Night Rider there, James? Remember
Yeah.
Night Rider? Man, wish you could have a kit that could take you out there, take you to your destination. What's it called? And then when something come up, you be like, Kit, man,
You
take
think
over
they
the.
gonna give Devontae that blow machine? Because normally when you be over the limit like that,
They is.
they be giving you that shit to put in your car, first time offenders. Just so
Hmm.
that you in order for you to start that bitch, if you got any liquor on your breath, that bitch ain't gonna start at all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying there. What's it called? James. I'm telling you, man, they need we need a kit. We need a kit from Knight Rider up there. I think they do, but they don't have it no more. I think they just made it what it is and what it is up in Hollywood. They did it up in Hollywood. That's all I gotta say, man. You know, so someone could be a designated driver up in your neighborhood, but up in your car. So I'll just say this, man. Please be careful, man. We'd have had what's it called? We'd have had you said Buzz driving and what's it called? Buzz driving is still drunken driving. So Buzz driving is drinking driving. I seen that though too. So I already know about that. You know what I'm saying? We already know about the 80s to 90s, about the drinking and driving in the store. And they still do it. And they still do it. And I'm getting tired of that, man. I just hope our black people can be aware of that, be aware of your surroundings, just like just like my ex used to say, be aware of your surroundings. Don't be drunk and don't be aware of your surroundings. You feel me? Ain't try to be what's it called? Ain't try to be good, but you making good points, James. You know, but I'm gonna tell you this, ladies and gentlemen. Devonte Graham, hopefully you get through this. We get through this. Should have probably had a designated driver. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the summertime and all the other stuff, but it's just sometimes you gotta take it to the point. Go get your biz and go home, like Jay said. Go get your biz, go home, wake up a normal man, not sober too, sober. You know what I'm saying? Take your time. Take your time. Take your time and doggone what's it called? So you won't get caught up by the police or whatever about somebody killing each other. I'm sorry, man. Devonte Graham, hopefully you make it, man. Hopefully you make it, man. And matter of fact, you from North Carolina too. And you played at Kansas. And you made it at Kansas. And you made it all the way to the NBA, man. We don't want to hear those stuff like this, man. I don't, but we got to hear from it. To my tickets, to my LBs, to my James, to anybody, man. I hear on YouTube, to my articles and all that stuff, man. I just hope Devonte Graham. I hope you make it in the NBA. Damn, you had a little squad though too. You, um, Ingram, and a few others up in New Orleans. Hopefully, what's it called, Zion Williamson. Hopefully, Zion Williamson, what's it called, can get himself together so y'all can have a little squad of New Orleans. Better than Anthony Davis, better than DeMarcus Cousins, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't trying to be what's it called, man. But DeMarcus Cousins got hurt and Mirotic had to come up in there. Cause of who? Bobby Portis. I just wanted to see Devonte Graham, Ingram, you know, go get themselves together, man. You know, you have hey, LB, do they still got that center Valanciunas or they don't?
Yeah, they still got him, but so on that note, we're going to end the video. Thank you to Terry Smoot for coming in, chiming in. My boy James and James J2121. Thank y'all for coming on. Appreciate it. Uh, Make sure you hit that like button if you're not a subscriber to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're not a subscriber. And salute the Luda Rider Sports up in the building. Appreciate you for coming here. And thank you to everyone who listens, likes, and shares these videos. This your man. Scream at me. Hurt. Oh, what's up,
Later,
Alex? Salute to you, Alex.
later.